Present perfect. A tense that some of you know well. A tense that some of you are still learning. Or a tense that just makes absolutely no sense to you and you don't want anything to do with it. Well, today, let's fix that. Watch this video 1,000,000 times on repeat and you'll never have a problem with present perfect again. Hey guys, Tony from Zero Fear English here again, and it's time for grammar immersion. I was going to make a video teaching the present perfect, but after filming it, I thought it was a little bit boring. So instead, I'm just going to throw the present perfect in your face. And if we're lucky, you'll understand it by the end of this video. And then, you can practice using it with a random English speaker you find in your hometown. Or you can practice using it with me by booking a lesson using the link below in the description. Now, your job for the next part of the video is just to focus on the patterns and the meanings of what I'm saying. We want intuition to control your language and not logic. Right, if you're ready, smash the like button and let's get started. Where have I lived for most of my life? I've lived in Scotland for most of my life. I started to live here in the past and I still live here now. Have I always lived in Scotland? Actually, I haven't. I lived in Indonesia for 2 or 3 years when I was a child. Do I live in Indonesia now? No. I lived in Indonesia for 2 or 3 years when I was a child. Now, I live in Scotland. I've lived in Scotland for most of my life. I lived in Indonesia when I was a child, but I've lived in Scotland for most of my life. Notice, because I no longer live in Indonesia, I didn't use the present perfect. It's complete, so we use the past simple. We know it's complete because I said, when I was a child, which is a specific time when the action was completed. Sadly, I'm no longer a child. Moving on. How long have I worked at the company? I've worked at the company for 10 years. I started working there in the past and I still work there now. I've worked at the company for 10 years. I worked at a restaurant for a couple of days before I started at the company, but I didn't like it, so I worked there for only 2 or 3 days. And because I stopped working there and the action is complete, I used the past simple to tell you that because I no longer work there today. But for the company, I still work there today. I've worked there for 10 years. And that's why I use the present perfect. I've played guitar since I was a child. I've played drums since I was a child. I've eaten food since the day I was born. Since. Since when? Since I was a child, since I was born, since I started doing the activity. I've studied Japanese for many years. I've studied Spanish for 1 year. I've used a computer for most of my life. For how long? For many years. For 1 year. For most of my life. I've been to France twice in my life. I have the experience of going to France twice. I went to Disneyland. That's the action I completed when I was there. But if you ask me, have you been to Disneyland? You're asking me, do I have the experience of going to Disneyland? And I do. I have the experience of going to Disneyland. I've been to Disneyland. If you want to know when I went, or when I completed the event of going to France, I'd say I went in 2004 and in 2006. That's the date when I did the action of going to France. But if we're talking about my experience, I've been to Disneyland. I have the experience of going to Disneyland. Guys, I can't talk right now. I've lost my keys. I didn't lose them right now, but this information is important now because I need them. I lost them in the past, but I need them now. I've lost my keys. Also, wait a minute. Where's Waldo? I think he's gone out. He was here before, but he's not here now. He went out in the past, but the fact that he's not here right now is important information. He's gone out. Anyway, I've been talking like a weirdo since the start of this video. I've been looking for an interesting way to teach the present perfect, but also the present perfect continuous. Like, when do we use the present perfect, and when do we use the present perfect continuous? I've been working on that the same way that I've been working at the company for 10 years. I've been working on it the same way that I've been studying Spanish for a year. I guess the main difference is present perfect continuous emphasizes the fact that the action is still continuing today. And speaking of today, that is all for today. Today. And smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, ring that notification bell so you don't miss another video, and subscribe to the channel to support me and my quest to become the ultimate English teaching channel. If we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll sing a song about how awesome you are using any grammar point of your choice. Anyway guys, have a great morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is where you are, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.